नमस्ते सभी, मैं डेविड हूँ
और यहाँ रिचर्ड है।
हमारे पास एक और साप्ताहिक अपडेट है जिसे हम 5-6 मिनट में सीमित करेंगे। रिचर्ड RC1 के साथ स्थिति क्या है? ये बड़ी खबर है।
हाँ, बड़ी खबर ये है कि ये देर सोमवार को लाइव हुआ, इसलिए हम मंगलवार को ऑस्ट्रेलिया के समय में ठीक से अंदर नहीं आ सके, लेकिन अब ये 10,000 ब्लॉक्स तक पहुंच चुका है। तो ये बहुत ही सुचारू रहा है और हम जिस स्थिति में हैं उससे बहुत खुश हैं। कुछ छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जो हमने प्रोडक्शन में या गंभीरतापूर्वक पहले नहीं की थी, जैसे अलग ब्लॉक निर्माता और उपयोगकर्ता के सामने हाई उपलब्धता। ये वास्तव में शानदार है। अब तक कोई परेशानी नहीं हुई और बिना सूचित किए सिस्टम अपडेट किए जो सुचारू रहे, ये बहुत सकारात्मक है। मुझे लगता है कि यह हमारे लिए पहली ATR लूप लगभग 4 हफ्ते में पूरा होने के अच्छे संकेत हैं। अब देखना है कि क्या हम इस पर मैननेट कॉल कर सकते हैं।
This very chain.
Yep. So things are looking good. As you guys know, the next thing that's going to come out, we're calling it automated migration.
Yep.
If people are moving tokens to the chain, they're still going through the process that notifies us. We found one bug, which we're getting. So we're expecting this is going to go live Monday or Tuesday. We don't know.
Super frustrating. It's working on my wallet, but when we were testing just fresh wallets, there's one little small bug that's just halting the process because you have to be really careful. And the dev who was right up on that and built it happened to be on a plane at the time. So we'll get onto this Monday.
Yeah. So automated migration is going to be soon. It's going to be very soon. I'm guessing Monday, Tuesday, we'll see. That's the next big step because everybody knows what that means and what that involves. We're going to spend the rest of our short time maybe looking forward to the next 3 weeks to show you guys what else is happening behind the scenes here. So automated migration early next week. What else is happening, Richard?
So in the last week, we've had some inquiries about this today, about some NPM supply chain attacks where, hackers get in or bad actors get in and replace code that's in the dependency chain for stuff like what we build. Good thing is I've verified specifically the recent attack, but also we, in the last week, part of RC1 was upping our security levels with everything, with the supply chain, NPM audits, etc., with the actual nodes themselves. So we've introduced a way for them to run with all of their things like their keys all encrypted in RAM, so that the keys aren't even on the machine; they're only in the RAM of the process. So that comes together, and we'll need to do some documentation on that for people who want to run nodes. If you're putting cache on them, you'll want to operate in that secure mode, etc. And we've also just punched out a couple of glitches. I think people noticed bits and pieces. There were some CSS fun and games in like red square notifications and a few things like that. So we've also gone through and just cleaned up a bit of stuff that there was a big backlog of things we pushed out onto RC1 as well. And so you would have noticed some kind of collateral issues there. We've sorted those out. So that's really positive.
Such general updates. Let's be specific. Here's some specific updates. Transaction volume growth is up. We've averaged over 80K for the last 7 days. We're seeing more gaming. We do know we've seen more paths, which is wonderful. It's a great game. We do have one outstanding bug with this. If you are playing and you run into a problem, please flag it for us. We're mostly bug free at this point in most of the games. Transaction volume's going up. That's good to see. Richard?
Another thing that's come out in the last week is the upgraded UI for the wallet. So people will notice there's better handling for like showing you all your crypto balances at once. Lovely transaction history space there. A couple of things about that. One is obviously that's leading towards possibly more cryptos being included, possibly also stables. I know there's a lot of interest in that. And then also, just space for people to give us feedback on things like, is the transaction history readable? Do you like it? Is there something we're missing that you get in your favorite wallet? Do feel free to hop onto Red Square and let us know about that.
Upcoming work. The asset store work is continuing. We've got listing and delisting now working properly. And what we're working on, flag it for you guys here, because if you're interested in running a node, this is a useful feature to have. We're working on the ability for people to make transactions that will purchase Cyto from the node and that will then route the Cyto that they purchase into an application. So the idea is that if you're running a node, if you're running a version of the asset store to sell your NFTs, if you're using video call, the usability is limited if you're marketing to people who only have Saito or who've gone through migration. One of the reasons for people to run nodes is that if you're the node operator, you're going to be able to use this functionality to actually sell Saito directly to people who can use it in the UI. So the goal is basically like an Amazon one-click purchase when the purchase is being made in Saito for people that don't actually own it. And the reason we're working on this, we think it's important, is because it's going to allow people who have Bitcoin or Ethereum or USDT or these other mainstream cryptos to start using Saito applications without needing to go to an exchange where Saito's available, buying it there, running it through the migration, and then and only then creating an NFT. So that's part of the asset store work, but we're hoping it becomes a general feature that will provide, if you're running a node, set it up so that someone who needs to use this pay-to-play feature can actually pay using other cryptos.
Yeah, I got really excited about this when I realized just how powerful that was in terms of enabling people to pay with generic crypto. So people building things will be able to put up a price list in whichever cryptos they're choosing to support. But then also it's causing, obviously, an interest in purchasing Saito. So it's being routed into the Saito ecosystem. So I really keen to see this kind of in action when you guys are, the team is working on that. Pushes it to the next step.
So that's happening. I'd say the other big thing to flag maybe is just that work is still always undergoing. It's happening on getting Rust nodes joining the network, bringing more machines on.
Yep. So it's just more of getting the same, lockdown, tested, secured, etc. And then we'll move 2 heavy Rust nodes onto the network, which the aim for those is to be the ones that third-party nodes connect to, because they'll be really robust against even massive, throughput. And we're expecting some of that because of people wanting to put nodes on, but then also, if they restart or something, they might be resyncing. And so that's really what those nodes are for. And that's all coming together. So we're going to do the kind of grunt work that's sewing together next week to add that to the network structure.
I think we're still on schedule for that. That's maybe middle of October.
Yep.
So short update. That's what's happening. Migration is underway. Asset store work happening. UI, wallets, and Rust on the network.
All those people hitting me up about running nodes. I'll probably set up a group on Red Square, and we can kind of share experiences and stuff, because we'll need to do the documentation and have that tested, etc. So you guys will be our early adopters.
Yeah. If you want to help, remember, come and play the games, learn how to play them. We're getting organic growth there. There are a lot of people, they're like, how do we promote Saito? It's like, if you don't use the stuff that people are using, you don't know why people want to use it. Come learn the games, really. It will help you know how to market us to people who are not crypto users at all. Really, there's the entire outreach and academic side. We're continuing with that. You continue to help with that. We're moving to mainnet. It's a really big deal. And if you're a developer, work with us on improving the wiki. If there's something you want to build, paper and pencil it, throw it at us, and we'll help you get it off the ground.
Yep, absolutely.
Anything else?
No, I think that's good for this week. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, thanks everyone.